Hi, and welcome to English-Fabule. Are you learning English? Great. Let's learn English with a very interesting story. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Let's get started.
Dr. Elena Martinez was a climate scientist. She lived in Madrid. One Tuesday morning, she wrote a letter. She told her sister in Copenhagen that Madrid was changing. The city was getting too hot. Last summer, the heat was very high for many weeks. The power system even failed sometimes. Elena worried about her children and their future. She thought about moving to Canada, maybe Vancouver or Montreal. She wanted a truly safe place for her family. Elena's question is one that many people are asking today. What is the safest place to live? The world feels more unsure now. There are more fires, floods, and changes in weather. Also, political problems and crime rates are changing in many places. The idea of safety is not as simple as it once was. Because of this, many important groups make lists of safe places each year. One well-known list is the Global Peace Index. This index shows the most peaceful countries. For 17 years, Iceland has been at the top. It is known as the world's most peaceful country. Other countries high on this list include Ireland and Austria. For cities, another group, the Economist Intelligence Unit, makes the Safe Cities Index. Copenhagen was number 1 in 2021. Toronto and Tokyo are also often seen as very safe cities. These lists suggest that safety is easy to measure. These rankings are very popular. They help many people decide where to live or visit. For example, after Copenhagen was named safest city, more people wanted to move there. Iceland also uses its top rank to attract visitors. The numbers seem clear. Places like Iceland have very little crime. But do these lists show everything? The idea of safety is more complex. What does safe really mean for everyone? Does it only mean no crime? Or does it also mean having clean water, a good environment, and freedom to speak? This book will look at these questions. It will explore if these common lists tell us the complete story about true safety. 2. Looking at the numbers. The previous chapter talked about finding safe places. Many people look at lists like the Global Peace Index or the Safe Cities Index. These lists show countries and cities that seem very safe. They use many numbers and facts to make their rankings. However, when we look closer, we find some problems with these lists. They often do not show the complete picture of what it means to be safe, especially how people live every day. Take Iceland, for example. It is often called the most peaceful country in the world. People think it has almost no crime. However, even in Iceland, there are new problems. Police have found organized crime groups starting to work there. These groups are involved in things like selling illegal drugs and human trafficking. There has been an increase in violence, including shootings. This shows that even the most peaceful places can have hidden dangers that the simple safety lists do not tell us about. Singapore is another country often seen as very safe from crime. It has very low crime rates. But this safety comes with a high price. The government in Singapore has strict laws. It controls what people can say and do. People have less freedom of speech and less right to gather in groups. This means that while you might feel safe from crime, your personal freedoms are limited. These safety lists do not usually count how much freedom people have. Also, many of these safety lists do not look at new and very important dangers for the future. Climate change is one of the biggest. Things like rising sea levels and not enough fresh water are becoming big problems for many places. Experts say that by the year 2050, hundreds of millions of people in many cities will have less drinking water. Some cities, like Melbourne, could even see their water supply drop by almost half. These future dangers are not always on current safety lists, but they will make a big difference in how safe a place is. We need to think about these things when looking for a truly safe home. 3. A safe life in the North. The search for safe places often leads to the Nordic countries in Northern Europe. Places like Norway are good examples of how a country tries to create safety for its people. While Norway's safety ranking on global lists is respectable, it is not always at the very top. However, Norway's way of life, known as the Nordic model, shows how safety means more than just low crime. It includes a strong sense of social security for everyone. In Norway, people pay high taxes. About 44% of the country's money comes from taxes, which is a significant amount. But in return, everyone gets many important services. For instance, people have free health care. This means they do not have to pay much money when they are sick or need a doctor. Education is also free, even for university studies. This helps everyone get a good start in life, no matter their family's wealth. Families get a lot of support, too. Parents can take nearly a year off work when a baby is born, and they still get their full salary for many weeks. If someone loses their job, they receive about 2/3 of their previous earnings to help them live. This system helps everyone feel secure and cared for. It means fewer people live in poverty, and there are more chances for everyone to succeed. This strong support system helps lower the reasons for crime, like poverty or a lack of opportunities, because basic needs are met. This way of life helps make society very safe and happy. Because people have less to worry about regarding health, education, and money, there is often less crime. People trust the government and each other more. Norway often ranks highest in happiness surveys. This is because people feel they have someone to count on, they can make their own life choices, and there is little corruption. This overall feeling of well-being creates a peaceful society. However, even these countries face new challenges. More people are moving to Norway from other parts of the world. This creates new questions about how everyone can live together and integrate into society smoothly. Also, the population is getting older. More older people need care and support, which puts pressure on the system that provides all these free services. The high taxes might not be enough to pay for everything in the future, especially with global economic competition challenging this model. These are new problems that Nordic countries must solve to keep their safe and happy way of life for everyone. 4. Surprising safe countries. We often think of safe countries as those with very little crime, but some nations offer safety in surprising ways. These places may not always be at the top of global peace lists, yet they show us that safety can mean many different things. One such country is Uruguay in South America. It ranks 52nd on the Global Peace Index. Uruguay leads in clean energy. Almost all its power comes from wind and water, benefiting the environment. Uruguay also helps families displaced by floods, offering job training. The country protects its native forests and exports carbon-neutral beef. However, Uruguay faced a big water crisis in 2023. Not enough rain and poor government planning led to problems. Most fresh water is used for farming, leaving little for people. Heavy rain later ended the crisis, with other nations providing aid. This showed that even green countries can have challenges. Another example is Costa Rica. It ranks 58th on the Global Peace Index, yet it is known as one of the happiest countries. Costa Rica lives by pura vida, meaning pure life. This focuses on community, work-life balance, and caring for nature. Costa Rica made a big choice in 1949. It got rid of its army. The money saved went to education and health care, so everyone can get medical care. People work together in groups, helping improve their towns, from protecting nature to making schools better. Cultural events and local parties connect people, building a strong feeling of belonging. This focus on community and happiness gives Costa Rica a unique safety. It shows that being safe is not just about no crime, but also about strong connections and a good quality of life. 5. Safety from good government. A good government can make a country a very safe place. When a government is fair and lets people speak freely, citizens feel more secure. This kind of safety comes from a government that listens to its people and works for their good. It means people have a say in their laws and leaders, which creates a strong feeling of trust and shared responsibility for the nation's well-being. Taiwan shows how this works well. Taiwan has a strong democracy, which means its people have a real voice in how their country is run. This freedom helps create a feeling of security for everyone. Even when facing threats from other countries, Taiwan stays safe because its citizens are part of the process. They help shape the country's path and protect its values. Over the last 30 years, Taiwan has built strong ways of working. These systems protect people's rights and their well-being. For example, people in Taiwan have a lot of freedom online. They can also join many different groups, like for workers or for the environment. These groups can act on their own, helping many people share different ideas and concerns. This allows for diverse opinions and prevents any single group from holding too much power. One clear example was the Sunflower Student Movement in 2014. Students protested a trade deal they thought was not good for their country. This protest showed that people can speak up and that the government pays attention. Such open participation helps to keep the country secure and stable. It shows that problems can be solved through discussion and public involvement, not just conflict or forced decisions. Taiwan's government works hard to be open and responsible. It wants to build strong trust with its people. Schools teach young people about how democracy works and why it is important. This helps everyone understand their role in keeping the country safe and free. When people trust their government and can take part in decisions, it makes the whole country much stronger and safer for all its citizens. This bond between government and people is a key part of national security. 6. Our world is getting hotter. Our world is changing, and this creates new dangers for everyone. The climate is getting hotter, and this affects how safe a place can be. We are seeing more and more problems because of this. Some of the biggest changes are rising sea levels and not enough clean water. Many cities near the ocean are now at risk. For example, Miami in the United States could have big problems as the sea level rises. Houses there might lose their value, and it could become hard to get insurance. Copenhagen, a city known for being safe, also faces more floods and storms now. By the year 2050, many millions of people will live in cities where the sea could rise by more than half a meter. Another big problem is water scarcity, meaning not having enough fresh water. Cities like Melbourne in Australia and Cape Town in South Africa could have much less water to use in the coming years. Experts say that by 2050, 1 billion more people could face water shortages. This means places need to find new ways to get and save water. Because of these changes, the safest places in the future will be those ready for new environmental challenges. Some cities in Canada are already showing how to do this. Quebec City, for example, has secured its water supply until 2050. It also has low risks of droughts and wildfires. Victoria in British Columbia is known as one of Canada's most climate-ready cities. It has very low risks for floods and droughts. Vancouver, another Canadian city, is working hard to prepare for rising sea levels. It has plans to manage water, plant more trees, and reduce carbon pollution. These cities are good examples of how places can adapt and stay safe in a changing world. 7. What is safe for you? Finding a safe place is not the same for everyone. It depends on your personal situation. What one person calls safe, another might not. A young person, a family, or a retired person will look for very different things. Safety is truly a personal choice, not a universal one. For example, a young person might want good job chances and cultural activities. A family will often prioritize safe neighborhoods and excellent schools. A retired person might need easy access to doctors and a low cost of living. Your stage in life strongly shapes your safety needs. To help you define your own safety, we can look at 4 important areas. These areas offer a guide to understanding what security means specifically for you. First, think about personal security. This means how safe you feel from crime and daily dangers. It includes if police and emergency services are reliable. It also covers having good health care when needed. Do you feel protected in your daily life? Second, consider environmental safety. This is about the place and its natural conditions. It includes safety from big weather events like floods or extreme heat. It also covers clean air and enough clean water. Is this location prepared for climate changes? Third, evaluate economic stability. This area looks at how easy it is to find work and keep a steady income. It includes job opportunities, affordable housing, and support if you lose your job or get sick. Can you live comfortably and plan for your future here? Fourth, consider community connection. This is about how people live together and if you feel you belong. It means if people are friendly, if schools are good, and if there are places to meet others. It also covers if people help each other. Do you feel part of a caring group? Each person will find some of these areas more important than others. What matters most to you will guide your personal safety choices. 8. Making our homes safe. Dr. Elena Martinez, the scientist we met in Chapter 1, had thought about moving. She worried about the hot weather in Madrid and wanted a safer place for her children, perhaps in Canada. But Elena changed her mind. She decided to stay and help improve her own city. She joined a community meeting with neighbors, looking for ways to make Madrid cooler and better for everyone. Elena realized something important. True safety is not just a place on a map or a high number on a list. It is deeper. She learned that real safety comes from connections between people and strong bonds within a community. It is about working together, not just moving to find a perfect spot. Many places show this truth. Peaceful countries like Iceland build safety through years of people working together and trusting each other. Costa Rica invests in education and healthcare, creating a strong society. Even in cities like Toronto, people work together in their neighborhoods. They address problems like poverty and loneliness. When people feel connected and have opportunities, the whole community becomes safer. Building a safe home means more than just locks. It means neighbors talking, helping each other, and making decisions together. It means supporting local groups and working with city leaders to fix issues. When people build good relationships and help those in need, they make their community stronger. This helps everyone feel more secure, even with challenges like climate change. So, the search for the safest place on Earth ends not with a location, but with a simple idea. Safety is a job for all of us. It is created daily in every neighborhood by people who care. What do you think is the most important thing you can do to make your own community safer?
Hey there! Just a second before you go. If you learned something new today, please give this video a like, write your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second, and it really, really helps to create even better English videos for you. Your support means the world. Thank you.